Yeah, hi guys. Today's topic will be slowly changing dimension. People who have not liked and subscribed my channel, please like and subscribe. So we'll learn the three kinds of slowly changing dimension: slowly changing dimension type 1, type 2, type 3, and their validations. So that is what is today's topic, guys. This is clearly mentioned in my document: SCD type 1, type 2, and type 3. So let us start today's session. Let us start SCD type 1, SCD type 2, SCD type 3. So slowly changing dimension type 1, type 2, and type 3. So if you would know, slowly changing dimension means the dimensions are slowly changing. Okay. So I told you on a high level, the fact table consists of numeric value, dimension table consists of descriptive values. Fact table like sales. Okay. So what will happen is this fact table will contain the sales of a particular product. Suppose in a Lee showroom, a particular jeans is getting sold. So those sell the cost of that particular jeans. Suppose 2000 rupees is the cost of a particular jeans. So that will be in the fact table, but in the dimension table, it will be the description. The description means what is the product? It is a jeans. Okay, now for which gender? Is it for male or female? And then what is the size? What is the brand? So all those things will be in the dimension table. Once again, I will teach you fact and dimension table in detail. As of now, we are going to focus on slowly changing dimension type 1, type 2, type 3. And if the dimensions are changing, what happens? So first, I will tell you in a very easier way, in a very easier way to understand. So suppose SCD type 1 in a very simple example, location. A person is working in Bangalore, and then that person went to, you are from where, Ipshita?
I'm from Bhubaneswar.
Yeah, the person went to Bhubaneswar. So what will happen is the person who was working in Bangalore went to Bhubaneswar. Then in SCD type 1, let me just save this document. In SCD type 1, what will happen is, guys, this particular document, this particular location will be completely removed, and there will be only Bhubaneswar. That means this person, suppose this is the location of the person and the name of the person. Suppose Bhubaneswar, this person name is, simple name we will take Ram. Now this Ram was working in Bangalore. Now Ram got married in Bhubaneswar. So now what Ram decided that we will settle in Bhubaneswar. So what will happen in SCD type 1? This Bangalore will be removed, and only this Bhubaneswar will be there. Are you able to understand? That means the values get updated in SCD type 1, and only the updated value is shown. Any question here? Is it clear, Ipshita?
Yes, yes.
Any doubt, Rakesh, Tapasvi?
No, sir.
Fine. This is SCD type 1. Simply, the updated value will be shown, and rest values will not be there. Very simple. Next is SCD type 2. This is very important, guys. Only questions are coming from SCD type 2, and in your real time also, always SCD type 2 dimensions are used, and your data model is designed in SCD type 2 because we want the historic records. So in your projects also, you will see that always if it's a data migration project or data archival project or any data retrieval project. So all these projects, what will happen, guys, is data mockup project, masking project. All this project, guys, what will happen is mostly they use SCD type 2. So please concentrate here. Now what happened? This there's a person who is working in Bangalore. Now her name is, suppose her name is Priyanka. Now this Priyanka, now what happened? Now Priyanka got married, and she is now getting relocated to Chennai. Now Priyanka location is changed to Chennai. Okay. Now again Priyanka went to, suppose he came to Delhi. Okay. Now Priyanka location is Delhi. So now, if you see, now Priyanka is currently where?
Delhi.
Delhi. So guys, how to know this? There's a flag column. Okay, there's a flag column which will show that this is a
001.
historic record. This is a historic record. First Priyanka was in Bangalore. Then Priyanka went to where?
Chennai.
Chennai. So this is also historic. But currently she is where? She is in Delhi. So this is what active. This is what is SCD type 2. So what will happen? It is containing the historic records. And the flag is the indicator which is showing what, guys? That currently she is where. Any doubts still here?
No.
No, sir.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. You are understanding so many things. Now SCD type 3. Now what happened? Hrithik Roshan. What is his marital status? What is Hrithik Roshan marital status? Do anyone know?
Divorced.
Yeah, he is divorced now. Fine. So now if I take the marital status of Hrithik Roshan, first he was what? First he was single, yes or no, guys? Yes.
Yes.
Then he got married, yes or no, guys? Yes. Then he got divorced. Okay, fine. So guys, see now in SCD type 3, what happens now? We don't want to keep the entire history. What we want is the partial history. Okay, partial history means what, guys? See, when he was single, we are not much concentrated. When he was single, everyone is single in his life, one or the other time, right? Once in a life, everyone is single or not, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yes. Yes.
Is it
Yes.
that you are born and you got married? Never it will happen, right? Once a person is single, right? So for this kind of data, we don't want the complete history. We want what? Partial history. That means if I get the last two values is enough. That means what if I tell that previously his marital status was married and now he is divorced, right? So this I can tell it as what? The marital status, I have a partial history, previous record, previous marital status, and what we'll do, guys? Current marital status. That's all. So previously he was what? He was the married person. And currently now he is what? Divorced. So number of one column is increased because we are just keeping the present marital status and previous marital status, but we are not keeping the entire history. We are just keeping the last two values. Suppose for Priyanka case, Priyanka was in Bangalore, then she went to Chennai, then she went to Delhi. So we'll not keep all those things. What we will keep is what? Chennai and Delhi. We'll add one column, previous location, current location. That's all. Am I clear, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So did you now understood the difference between SCD type 1, 2, and 3?
Only in SCD type 3 will keep 2.
Last
Previous
two
and
values, last two values.
okay.
Last two values. See, this is a partial history kind of thing. Over here one column is added. That is previous marital status, current marital status. Okay. So we don't, in such kind of case, no. See, Hrithik Roshan was single. What we have to do? Everyone is single. So what is current marital status? He is what? Divorced, and previously he was married. Suppose he gets married again. Then what will keep? Suppose he gets married. Okay.
Married again.
Then what we'll keep? We'll keep
Divorce
what?
and marriage.
Married. Okay. We'll just
Divorce and married. Both.
now previously he was divorced and currently he is married, because we are not this kind of histories are not required that he was single and then he got married. This kind of histories are not required. Only the current and the previous. Okay. This kind of situations are there. Then we'll keep the what happened? Partial history. Okay. Present and last. That is what is the thing. Okay. So in such kind of circumstances, we go for the SCD type 3. Am I correct? Am I understanding? Am I able to understand you guys? Are you understanding SCD type 1, 2, and 3? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
This is a high level I have told SCD type 1, 2, and 3. Now we'll go in more deeper analysis of SCD type 1, 2, and 3. Let us just go deep. It's a very, very critical topic. Please pay attention. So let us go SCD type 1, 2, and 3. So SCD type 1, first thing is written is what? New value overrides the old value and no history is maintained. Am I clear with this point, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
That means what? I told you, no, Ram was in Bangalore, then he went to Chennai, then Bhubaneswar, then only Bhubaneswar value is there. So that is the first point in SCD type 1. New value overrides the old value and no history is maintained. Now comes his advantage. What is the advantage? If it is happening, what is the advantage? This is easy to handle. There is no need to keep the old information. Okay, this is the advantage. First of all, it's easy to handle. No need to keep the old information. This advantage, if someone asks what is the disadvantage of SCD type 1, what I will tell is all history is lost and no tracking of history is possible. So disadvantage is what? There is no history only. Okay, so all history is lost. Now comes when to use SCD type 1. Okay, when to use SCD type 1. What will when we don't want to keep the track of the historic changes. Okay, when we don't want to keep the history, we'll go for SCD type 1. See, I am least bothered about the history of the person, where he was working previously. I just want to know that currently his location is where. Okay, so currently his location is in Chennai. Okay, that's all. A police person is there. Okay, and some person did a crime. Okay, fraud, something he did crime. So is he bothered at where he was previously and all? He wants to arrest him. So what he wants to know that where is this person sitting now? Where is he hiding? He is hiding in Bangalore. That person will go to Bangalore. So this kind of situation, guys, that when we want the completely the current value, we are least bothered about that where he was previously and no history. We don't want to track the history. We just want the current location, current place or current things. Then we go for SCD type 1. Fine, guys. Very good. Now, now, guys, 1 second. Just give me, guys, 1 second. I want to open one Excel for you. Give me just 1 second. Before I go to SCD, I want to open one Excel for you. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. What I wanted to show you is this Excel. Now let us just, I told you we'll go in a very great deep of SCD slowly changing dimension. So let us just open this Excel. Very powerful Excel. Please concentrate. No. SCD type 1. Now understand clearly. Ask as many as question you want. This is source. This is target. Fine. This is what? Source value. This is target. This is the ETL logic which is implemented. Am I clear, guys? Yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
So this is SCD type 1. Okay. Now what is the things here? These are the column values. What are the column values? This is the employee ID, employee name, salary, effective date, location. Okay. Now this is before the SCD is implemented. What is this name? His name is Shyam. His employee ID is 1. His salary is 1,000 rupees monthly. Is effective from 1st January 2020. His location is India. Okay. Any doubt here? Shyam is effective from 1st January 2022. His location is India. And after this ETL logic of SCD type 1, what happens is he went to USA. Where this Sam went? He went to USA. So now Sam current location is what? Tell me yes or no. What is the current location?
USA.
USA. Okay. Now what happened is here is the value has got updated to what, guys? USA. Yes or no, guys?
Yeah.
Fine. So we don't keep any history here. We just keep the what, guys? We just keep the
Current location.
current location. We'll not have this record. This is just to show you that before it was here, after it is here. This is just to show you. But actually, what is happening, guys? He was in India. Now he's going to what? USA. This is
USA.
the transformation logic. So let me just remove this. So to make it more clear, let me just remove it. Just merge it. Let me just merge these cells so that it will be more clear. Where is this merge? Yeah, this is merge. Okay. So let me just, yeah, let me just write this only. Fine, guys. Fine. So before he was in where? Before he was
India.
in India, and then after he got to USA. So in the target table, only USA value will be there. India value will not be there. Am I clear, guys? Tell me yes or no. SCD type 1. Yes or no?
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Now let us come to SCD type 2. Fine. This is SCD type 2. Yes or no, guys? Yes. Now what happened here is this is the person whose name is Shyam. His ID is India. So let me just tell you this person Shyam. Now what is happening is type 2 event location changed from to US and then from US to India. See, there's two events which is happening. First is what, guys? First event is this person Shyam is a very, very hardworking person. Okay. Everyone wants to go to on site. Yes or no, guys? In
Yes.
IT industry, if you want to earn, then what will happen? Person has to go to other countries, right? Yes, Ipshita, do you
Yes.
agree with me? Huh?
Yes.
So this person Sam is very hardworking person, okay, and very lucky also, okay. Now after COVID, there are less opportunities, but he is getting opportunities, so many opportunities. So first event is what? From India, he went to US, and then he got one more offer. He went from US to UK. Are you able to understand? Yes.
Yeah.
So now tell me the before his location is what? This is the before location,
India.
India. Now
Yeah.
what happened? This is SCD type 2, which is implemented. So what happens in the target? Tell me. First,
UK.
first he was in India. Then he went to what?
US.
US. Then he went to what? UK.
UK.
Yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
So we'll keep all the history in SCD type 2. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So now, guys, now come here. Now see this properly. Now here what I have written is this person was in India, then US, then UK. There is three columns, guys. Whenever you define SCD type 2, there are three columns which you have to keep in mind. Okay. Let me make these three columns in a different color so that it makes more clarity. Let me make a very different color. Let me take a color something. No, green is also utilized. Violet. No, this is not visible only. Yeah, this
Light value.
this is fine. Okay, so let us make it a different color. So there are three columns, guys. There's a book in data warehousing, if you know, Ralph Kimball. Have you heard about that?
Yes. Yes.
Ralph Kimball.
Yeah. Rolf Kimball methodology.
Yeah. So here is the book. Ralph Ralph Kimball. Okay. So this is, guys, he is considered as the god of data warehousing. He is a great man and is
Data modeling.
entire this PDF which I'm sending you. If you, I have gone through this so many times and I have understood. So this is a great book. Okay, I'm sending you so that you can, if you want, you can just study for more knowledge. But what I teach, guys, that's more than enough for anywhere, where in this world. But still, I'm giving you. Okay, let me just share you, Shita. Where it has gone? Give me just 1 second. Oh, it is saved in desktop only. Same I will share in my group. So people who join know I create a group. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Fine, guys.
Mm.
So yeah, so Ralph Kimball is a great book of data warehousing. We'll see now. So there are 3 columns, guys, which has been always considered while teaching, whether you go to Ralph Kimball or you want to go to any data warehousing sites, books, and I, who teaches the data warehousing with confidence, I tell there's 3 columns are mandatory when we explain SCD type 2. Remember, this is my words. So there are 3 columns are very, very simple: from date, to date, and active flag. Okay. That means this person, Syam, was in India from which date to which date? He was from where? Tell me. 1st of Jan 2022, what date? Tell me in date and month.
31st.
31st of what? 12 means what?
December.
31st December 2021. Okay. Now,
2 years.
yeah, so this way from and to date is required because we'll have a clarity. Okay. Suppose this person, Shyam, is from 2020, 1st January to 31st December. What happened? He was in India. And now see here, 1st January 2022 to 31st of March 2022, he was where? He was in US. Yes or no, guys? Yes.
Yes.
And from 1st of April 2022 till the present date we give an infinity date. Okay, to date we give an infinity date, 2099. I don't know who will live till 2099 or this kind of dates, but we give an infinity date. Okay, that means this is the current particular location of the person whose name is Shyam, who is in UK, and this is the active flag is Y. Any doubt in these 3 columns, guys?
No.
No.
So there is something called as expiration of the record. So how we tell a particular record is expired? Based on which columns, guys? Based on the from date and to date. Yes or no? So if we can simply tell if the to date is an infinite date, that means what? This record is not expired. But if the to date is given, means this particular date is the particular record is expired. Am I clear with the expired record? Tell me, guys, yes or no?
Yes.
So if someone will ask you which is a valid record, which is an expired record in SCD type 2, what you will tell? Valid record means the effective date from and to date will be there, but to date will be an infinite value. That is a correct record. That is a valid record. But expired record means if the from date and to date is given a particular date, that means that particular record has been expired because that person was in that location from so and so time. So that particular record is expired. But present, if the person is record is not expired, means what? That to date will have an infinite value. The to date will have an infinite value. Any doubts, guys, till here?
No.
So a particular record, how can we identify in SCD type 2, which is the current record? What are the ways? Can you think? Tell me.
To date will be infinite, then it is current.
No, so we can put a criteria in the query: from date, to date, and active flag. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So that is what is the thing, guys, that if we want to, when we want to do the validation of SCD type 2, we can use from date, to date, and active flag criteria to identify a record uniquely.
Okay.
This will be given, sir.
Huh?
These charts will be given by developer.
Yeah, this will be in the tabular format, right? In the table, it will be written, right? Which is the which is in the data warehousing, it will be written, right? In the data warehouse table, when
This
you will...
chart will be given in VRS document or develop.
No. This chart I have prepared to explain you. Okay. Am I
Okay.
clear? Yes or no, guys? Yes. This is your source table. This is your target table. This chart will not be given. This is to make you understand, guys.
Okay.
You will open a particular data warehouse database, okay, where you will get these values. You will write a select query and you will get these values, okay? And then you will come to know that this person is active. This person is not active. This is expired record. This is present record, okay? Fine. Apart from that, guys, there's a concept of surrogate key, which you also have to understand in SCD type 2, which is very, very important. See, this employee ID is what a unique column. Yes or no, guys? In a database, there is something called as primary key. Yes or no, guys? Yes. So what happens in primary key, guys? Do you remember that? It's a unique value in a table. Yes or no, guys? Yes. Now what happens in warehousing, guys? What happens is this particular employee, what happens is he is now, it is not unique, right? Because this employee ID was in India, he went to US, he went to UK. So this one is repeated or not, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
So what happened, guys, is
Duplicate.
in such kind of case, data warehouse generates a unique key column that is called as surrogate key. Am I understandable, guys? What happens is when this employee ID column is getting repeated again and again, data warehouse generates a unique key by itself that is called as what, guys? Surrogate key, which will uniquely identify a record in a data warehouse database. Any doubts, guys, still here? Is it fine? Yes or no?
Yes.
Fine, guys. Now, there's a concept, guys, that there's no gap between the dating system. If you see from this to date to from date, this is 31st of December, this is 1st of January. This is 31st of March, and this is 1st of April, right, guys? So what I have written is that when a record is added, previous record is expired. Okay, when a record is added, guys, the previous records gets expired, and end to date to just prior to the effective from date to the new rows, and no gap between effective and expiration date. That's what I was telling, guys. There's no gap between, if you say, this to date and from date. Okay, so that is what I wanted to tell you. Now this is SCD type 2, guys. I think it's a clear explanation given. From date, to date, active flag, what is expired record, what is a current record, which are the parameters to identify a SCD type 2 record, and what is historic record, what is the current record. Everything I have told you. Am I clear, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Now, guys, last is SCD type 3. So SCD type 3, what happened? This is Shyam. Now Shyam changed the location from India to US and from US to UK, like that. He is keep on changing. Okay. So now what will happen is, so what happened here, the criteria is what is happening. Type 1 is what? Change in location from India to US. India to US, and then where is Sam going? US to UK. Yes or no, guys? Yes.
Yes.
So now what will happen is India to US and US to UK. So what we will do is, what I told you in SCD type 3 will keep what? Only the last two values, right? Previous and the current. So what we will have? We will have a column which is added. Okay. This is the, what are the columns here? Tell me, which are the columns? Everyone? Employee ID. Tell me the column names.
Location, effective dates, salary, and name, employee name.
Now there's a column location. Yes or no, guys? Yes. Now this location is what, guys? Now location column is there. Now here I am adding one column. Okay, this location
Current
column I
location.
am divided two columns are there. Yes or no? So one
Yes.
location column was already there. One more I have added. And what I have written? Previous location
Previous
and
location,
current
current
location.
location.
Yes or no, guys? Yes.
Yes.
So last two values are what? US and UK, and this is the
Yes.
effective from date. From what date this current location is coming? That is what? First of what, guys? April 2022. If you see here, yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Now let us go into more deep. This is Ralph Kimball. This is, if you go to a Ralph Kimball PDF, you'll get this diagram. So let me just see how much you have understood. This is, guys, SCD type 1. So now tell me, what is happening as SCD type 1? Product dimension is there, okay? And this is the updated row in product dimension. What is the product key? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is called as, guys, natural key. We don't call it as a primary key because primary key is always unique. So that is called as natural key. Means this combination of these three columns means making it is as unique. So we call it as natural key. We cannot tell it as a primary key because primary key is very, very unique. But in data warehousing, those uniqueness is not maintained individually for that column. Combination of column will make that unique. So that is called as natural key. Now product key is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what, guys? A, B,
Natural
C,
key.
A, B, C, 9, 2, 2, Z. Okay, natural key. This product description, Intel is kid, and the department name education. Now what is happening, guys? This department is changing to what? Strategy.
Strategy.
And rest all things are same. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So what happened in SCD type 1? Can you just tell me?
Only current.
Changing to current.
Don't tell it. Tell that
current
the
date.
updated row. It has
Right.
updated the row in the product
Okay.
dimension table. It has
Okay.
updated the record. Yes or no, guys?
Mm.
It has updated the record or not, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
Now SCD type 2. Now tell me, guys, what happens in
Yes.
SCD type 2? Now see here. This is product key. This is natural key. This is IntelliKids. This is education department. Now this is, I told you in SC type 2, there are three columns. Which are the columns? From date, and then to date, and the indicator. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So now in row in product dimension, following department reassigned. What happened? First it was education. Now it is what, guys? Strategy. Yes or no, guys? Yes.
Yes.
Now what happens is this. Now see here. For this, there is a surrogate key coming. Okay. Now see here, surrogate key is what, guys? So suppose this is a product key, and again a particular thing is coming. There is nothing but a surrogate key 25984. Okay. Now see here what happened. These things are same, guys. Here it is same, but here what is happening? This is education. This is the most important. Education is strategy. Now which is the current date? Then we can directly see an infinity date 99991213. That means this is the current, and this is from this to this date. That means this is the expired date. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So either we tell it expired, whether we tell it history, or we tell it was right. We tell it what, guys? Expired. Now this is SCD 3 type. Now SCD 2 is over. Now SCD 3 we have to see. In SCD 3, what will happen? This description, the department will be changed into two type. One column will be added. What is that? Department name, the current department name, and then what will happen, guys? Previous. Are you able to understand? This department name is already there, which is the current and the previous. So one column is added, previous. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Am I clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, guys, if you have understood this much, then give me, guys, 1 second. I want to show you one diagram now. Let us go into a conclusive diagram. Give me just 1 second. Yeah. Yes, this is the conclusion. SCD type 1, what happens? Overrides the old value. SCD type 2, what happens? Add a new row. SCD type 3, what happens? Add a new column. Finished? Yes or no, guys? Total conclusion, yes or no, guys?
Yes.
SCD type 1, what happens? Override the old
Old.
value. SCD type 2, what happens? Adds new record. And SCD type 3, what happens? Add a new column.
Column.
Am I clear, guys? Tell me yes or no? Yes. Now we will go to the validations, guys, which is very, very important. No advantage, disadvantage, when to use, all those things are over. Now tell me, how will I validate the records? This is SCD type 1, guys. I told you Sham is going from India to US. Now how we will do the validation? First, I have to check the count. So what I will do, select count ID from source. What will be the output? This is
One.
your source. Select count ID from source. What will be the output?
One.
One.
Only one record is there. I have got the output as one. Target side, what is the count query? Select count ID from target. What is the output?
One.
One.
Fine. Till here it is fine. Now data validation. Now we have to use minus query to validate the data. So can you tell me the query in the target side? Select all these columns from the target where location equals to what, guys?
US.
Yes.
USA. Here in the source side, we'll write what? We'll change the location where your location equals to USA, and then we minus from the target. So what is the query? Can you tell me in the source side? Select employee ID, employee name, salary, effective date, location. From which table? Source table.
Source.
Where location equals to what?
India.
Location equals to India. Okay. And then what will happen? You have to minus with what? With the USA. Yes or no, guys? So how can we minus? Tell me. What we will do is, guys, is see this validation query is very, very important, guys. Now see. If I write now, see now, if I write here employee ID, employee name, salary, see here salary, effective date, location from source, okay, where location equals to USA. So in the source side, guys, minus select all these columns from the target. What will happen, guys, is in the target, what will happen is we already.
But source is India, no? Source is not US.
Source is not USA. That's what I'm telling. But the value has got updated, right? And it is getting loaded as what, guys? USA. Yes or no? See,
Target is US.
here the value in the source needs to be updated to USA. Else we cannot validate, right? This is India and US. Will it match? No.
No, no.
Will it match? No. What we have to do is what? We have to either write an update query, okay, and then get the value, right? We'll update the value in the source, and then we can do what? We can write this minus query. Are you able to understand what I want to tell? To check this value, what we'll write? Update table name. What is the table name? Source. Where location equals to what?
Yes.
Location equals to what? We have to change it, right? Location equals to
India.
no, India needs to be updated, right?
Okay.
What?
Yes.
USA. Where what? ID equals to 1. Are you able to understand? First, I will write this update query. Then what will happen? Now the location is changed to what? It is changed to USA. Yes or no, guys? And then we can do the minus. And what should be output, guys? Tell me what should be the output? No record selected. Yes or no, guys? Because else if you will not update, then you cannot validate the data, because here it is India, here it is USA. So you have to use the update strategy. Am I clear, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
But update in source will not be allowed, I think.
No, it will be allowed to validate the values, right? You can again roll back that.
Okay.
You can update the value and you can roll back it to validate the data that my logic is working or not. Then else how we will validate. Guys, this is fine, guys. Then null validation, guys. Simple. If I want to validate the null, what I have told you, select star from target where employee ID is null. Output should be no record found. And then, guys, duplicate query. I don't know how many times I have told. Do you know the duplicate query?
Yes, yes.
What is the duplicate query, guys? Tell me. Select ID, comma,
Same
count
ID.
of ID from target group by ID having count star count of ID greater than 1. Output should be no records
Record
found.
found.
Now we have to validate three things, guys. One is insert logic. One is update logic. One is which logic, guys?
Delete.
Delete logic. Now insert what? Insert record to the source. Okay. Caps on is there. Insert record to the source and see the result in the target. Okay. That means if I have inserted a record, okay, then what I have to see the values are in the target, it is getting inserted or not. If new values are getting inserted, then it should be inserted into the target. If duplicate record will be inserted, it should be deleted. Okay, if duplicate record, if we are inserting, it will get deleted. And there are two things, right? Update logic. Suppose update a record in the source, run the workflow, then in the target only updated record should be shown. Delete the logic, then delete the record from the target and run the workflow. The particular record should be inserted as a new record. So this insert and update and delete logic we used to validate in SCD type 1. Apart from count minus duplicate null and all those validations. If you tell all these validations, guys, if you know all these things, no, guys, there's no one who can challenge you with respect to slowly changing dimension validations. First, you have to insert a record to the source and see the result in the target. If it's a new value getting inserted, then it will be inserted in the target. If it is a duplicate value getting inserted, it will be deleted. We cannot insert our duplicate value, same value. Okay. Then what will happen? It will get deleted. This is what, guys, this is what one logic. This is called as insert logic. Now, what is the update logic? Now, see here in update logic, what will happen is, guys, is what we will do is update a record in the source. Okay, run the workflow, and then in the target only updated record should be shown. Okay, then what is the delete logic, guys? Delete the record, any record if we have deleted from the target, then what will happen? We will run the workflow. The particular record should be inserted as a new record. So these three things we validate apart from count minus duplicate and null. And this is what is called as IUD validation, insert, update, delete validation in SCD type 1. No book in this world can teach these things apart from BTS. You can try wherever you want to go. Now, guys, similarly, SCD type 2. Now, SCD type 2 is what, guys? A new record is added to the table to
So
represent.
that validations will do, sir.
Yeah.
That
What happened?
validations will do.
Yeah. Now we'll do the
Delete
SCD type 2. SCD type 2 validation. Okay. Now see, a new record is added to the table to represent the new information. Therefore, both the original and new record will be present, all historic and current record. This is what SCD type 2 I've already told you so many times. What is the advantage, guys? It keeps the track of the historic records. Disadvantage, what will happen, guys? Size will increase and performance can be a problem. Now, when we will go for SCD type 2, what is the answer for this? Whenever we want to track the historic record. Now, validations. How to do the validations? So, validation will be from the source side and in the target side, guys. Now, you help me with the validations, which is the most important thing here. Now, see the source. Now this is your source. Now, what is the, you have to keep in mind, this person is in India, even to US, then he went to UK, and I have to validate each and every record in SCD type 2. First, I have to validate what, guys? Count. So how can I validate the count? Can you just tell me? So what is the query I've written? Select count ID from source where location equals to India. When I write where location equals to India, how many records I will get the output? 1. Yes or no, guys? Yes. Now, in the target side, what is the query I will write? This is query written in the source side. Now, in the target side, guys, can you just tell me the query? Select select count ID from target where location equals to India and active flag equals to N. And we can also write what, guys? This date column. From date is this one and to date is this one. And the output is 1. Yes or no, guys? Yes. Any doubts? Any doubt, guys, in this query? Ipshita, are you clear?
Yes.
Now source 2, guys. This is source 1. Okay. Now source 2. What is the source 2, guys? Select count ID from source where location equals to US. Okay. When I'm putting the location as US, guys, from the source side. Okay. Now what will happen is, now when we are putting the location as US. Okay. Now event 2, when we are putting the, when we have inserted a record with the location as what, guys? As the US. Now what will happen is, when we have inserted a record as US, guys, then I am getting the output as what? 1. Now go into the target. So what I will, the query I will write, this is the output. What is the output, guys? Output is 1. Now in the target side, guys, what will be the query? This is in the source 2. Now select count ID from target where location equals to US and active flag equals to and from date equals to this, and effective and to date equals to this. Okay, and then, guys, what will be the output? Output is again, guys, what? 1. Fine, guys. This is source 2. Now source 3, guys. Now it is going to UK. So select count ID from the source table. Okay, from the source table, where what, guys? Where location equals to UK. Now again, what is the output, guys? Output is 1. Now if I want in the target side query, what I will write is, yes, guys, what will be the query in the target side? Can you just tell me? Select count of ID from the target table where location equals to, final location is what? UK. Active flag is N or Y? Y. And from date is this one and to date is this one, and output is 1. Again, this should be matching. So I have used 3 count statements to validate for every location. Fine, guys. Now data validation for the active record. How can we do the data validation? Let us just see. First, we will write at the source side query, guys. What is the query we'll write at the source side? Yeah. Select employee ID, employee name, then salary, effective date, location from source where location equals to UK, because the current location is UK, minus what we'll do? Select employee ID, employee name, salary, all these columns from the target where location equals to UK and active flag equals to Y, or we can put also a condition, the date condition. Either we can put these 2 condition, or we can also put the date condition. We'll do the minus, and output should be what, guys? Output should be what? Can someone tell me what will be the output?
1.
No rows.
No rows selected.
Okay.
Fine, guys. Now data validation for historic record. This is data validation for active record, data validation for historic record. Select all these columns from the source where location equals to US, because this is again a historic record. And what we'll do, all these things we'll select from the target table where location equals to US and active flag equals to N. Again, select all these columns from the source where location equals to India, minus select all these columns from the target where location equals to India and active flag equals to N. So there are 2 queries, guys. So data validation for historic record, there are 2 queries. First is this one, where it is US and N. And here the other thing is, here it is India, and here what happened, guys? The location is India and active flag is N. So there are 2 kinds of validation I have done separately. One is for the active validation and one is for the historic validation. So guys, now this is if we want to do null validation for employee ID, how many times I have told, select a star from target where employee ID is null, output should be no record found. And then, guys, after this, let us go to learn the insert, update and delete validation. Suppose we insert a record in the source, the record should be inserted in the target with active flag as Y and to date as the infinite date. If I want to update a record, if we update a record in the source and load the data, check that the updated value in the target with flag as Y and start and end date updated accordingly. Also, old record is updated and is inactive. Now this is the again update validation, not delete validation, guys. Suppose I delete a record in the target and insert a record and check the data in the target that it should be inserted because the data is already deleted into the target. If we give effective end date in SCD type 2 and flag as N, the record will be terminated. If we don't want the record to end and keep the effective date, keep the effective end date as infinite and flag as Y. If we don't want to terminate, there are two things: effective end date should be infinite date and flag should be Y. Similarly, guys, let us just do the SCD type 3 validation. So when we go for it, whenever we want the partial history, what we do is count validation. Suppose select count ID from source, and what is the SCD type 3, guys? I told you one location column is added. What is that? That is the current location, that is UK, and previous was US. So what is the query, guys, to validate the count? Can you just tell me the query to validate the count? Yes, select count ID from source, and what will be the output? Can someone tell me what will be the output, guys, if I validate the count for SCD type 2, SCD type 3? 1.
1.
Now, in the target side, guys, this is at the source side. Now, we'll do the validation at the target side. Yeah. Select count ID from target, guys. What will be the output of this query, target query? Can you just tell me? Output will be what? Output will be what, guys?
1.
Now I want to do the data validation. So how can I do the data validation? Using what, guys? Data validation. How can we do? Using minus query. So tell me the query. What will be the query, guys?
Select employee from source.
Source minus target we have to do ultimately, right? So what we have to do? First, we'll select all the columns from source table where location equals to UK, and then minus what? Select all these columns from the target where current location equals to UK. Yes or no? Yes. And then we'll minus, and then what will be the output, guys?
No record.
Output will be no rows selected.
Okay.
Like this. No. Duplicate validation is what, guys? Select ID, count ID from target to a group by ID having count star greater than 1. Output is no record found. Null check, guys. I told you select star from target where employee ID is null. Output no record found. And then insert, update, and delete logic validation, guys. Suppose if I insert a record, that should be a new record inserted. Duplicate record, it should not be inserted. Updated record, only last two previous values should be there, and deleted a record in the target, and then adding a new record, it should be inserted. So this is the validation of, guys, SCD type 3. Note that surrogate key column is sequence column, and sequence get incremented by 1. Surrogate key column is used as a primary key in the data warehousing. So this completes, guys, SCD type 1, 2, and 3. Let me just give a glimpse again. Give me just 5 minutes, guys. Let us just give a conclusion on the validation part. So SCD type 1, what happened? The person location was directly getting updated. So what we did? We tested the count. We taken the count from the source and target. Output was 1, 1. Then we did what? Data validation. How to do data validation, guys? Either you update the value or you insert a new record with the location as the US, okay, USA. So what I told is just update the location and then just do the validation where location equals to USA and minus this, and output should be no record. Null validation in the target, null, output should no record, duplicate validation. Then I told you insert the record in this source and see the result in the target. If new values are getting inserted, it should be inserted in the target. Duplicate record, it should be deleted. Update logic, update a record in the source and run the workflow. In the target, only updated value should be shown. Delete testing, delete the record in the target and run the workflow, only that particular record should be inserted as a new record, because the value I have deleted in the target, now I am inserting the record in the source and running the ETL, it should be inserted as a new record. SCD type 2 validation, what I told, I have divided into 3 sections, guys, because there are 3 locations. So I cannot validate it like that. So it's difficult. So what I did is first I validated for India, the count, and I given this criteria as active flag and date condition. SCD type 2, again, source 2, again, the second validation I taken for US, output I taken, and target I given the condition based on the active flag and date. Again, count 3, what I did is I taken for UK. And again, in the target side, again, I wrote the query for the count using the condition, location, and active flag and to date and from date and to date. So this is what count validation completed. Next come data validation. I selected all the columns for UK, then minus it with the target table with the condition of location and flag. Similarly, I did for this was for the active. So I've given the flag as active. If I want, I can put the date condition here. For data validation for historic record, again, so I selected US and then I've given the location US active flag and then India, and I have given the condition as location India and active flag as N. After that, I told you guys there are 3 kinds of validation: insert, update, and delete. If suppose I insert a new record in the source, the record should be inserted in the target with the active flag Y and to date as this date. Update a record in the source and load and check the updated value in the target with flag as Y and start and end date. Also, old record is updated as in inactive. So updating a record in the source, and then if we load the data, we have to check that the updated values in the target, which will have the flag as white and is Y and start date and end date should be updated accordingly. And also the old record is updated and is inactive and is terminated. Now, if I delete a record in the target and insert a record, and then what we'll do, we'll see that the record is treated as a new record and inserted into the target. Then I told you SCD type 3. What I did is I have taken the count from the source, count from the target 1 Data validation, I taken the location as UK, and here also the current location in UK. And then I did a minus, and I should get the output as no record found. And then, guys, there's something called as duplicate validation, null validation, and insert, update, and delete validation. This completes your, guys, what? SCD type 1, 2, and 3, understanding and validation, guys. So tomorrow, after this SCD, we'll go to a very important topic, primary key and surrogate key, and which is the very important topic. And we'll also learn initial and incremental load. And then, guys, we'll go to the other topics, which is very, very important. That's all, guys. Have a nice day. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time. I'll share the link. Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.